St. Clare once said, Look on Jesus, poor and crucified. Look on this Holy One, who for you love has died. St. Clare of Assisi was born July 16, 1194. As a child, she was always devoted to prayer. When she was 18, her parents wanted her to marry a wealthy man, but she refused. On March 20th, 1212, she ran away from her home after talking to St. Francis. She gave every last bit of her belongings to the poor. She left everything behind to go live for Christ. She traded in her nice, rich dress for an itchy cloak and heavy veil. She also cut off all of her hair. When her family found out what she had done, they came to rescue her, not knowing what she did it for all on her own. When they came, they realized she wanted this life and tried to drag her back with force. They thought, why would you want this life? Clare's sister Agnes soon joined her in the journey. They went to the church of San Damiano. This became the new focal point for her. Here, she became the undefined leader. Just 10 years after her death, it became known as the Order of St. Clare. Clare then took the role of abbess of San Damiano. She had the authority to lead the order. She died on August 11, 1253, at the age of 59. 2 years later, on August 15, 1255, Pope Alexander IV canonized her. She is currently the patron saint of clairvoyants, eye disease, goldsmiths, laundry, embroiderers, gilders, good weather, needleworkers, telephones, telegraphs, and television.
You got a fast car. Is it fast enough so we can fly away? You gotta make a decision. Leave tonight.
Clare was a major servant for the church. She gave up her whole life to serve Jesus. She wasn't forced into it and loved every minute of it. Clare and her sister Agnes founded the Poor Ladies of San Damiano. Later, her mother and another sister joined them. Clare became the abbess not too much after. They went barefoot, slept on the ground, observed a perpetual abstinence from meat, and spoke only when obliged to do so, by necessity or charity. She considered the silence a necessity as means of avoiding the many, many sins that can be said, and for keeping the mind steadily fixed on God. She was modest and humble. After caring for the sick and praying for them, she often had another sister give them further care, that their recovery might not be imputed by any prayers or merits of hers. She was always thankful for everything. She was the first to be up in the morning. She would ring the bells, light the candles, and would pray nonstop. They followed all the rules of St. Francis. They lived in poverty. One time, the Pope passed a rule stating that they couldn't live in poverty. Clare fought it, and when the Pope saw how courageous she was, he took away the rule and let them live how they would. After Clare's death, they renamed the order Poor Clares in honor of her. Today, there are houses in North America, South America, Palestine, Ireland, England, and all over Europe. St. Clare should be greatly admired for what she did, especially in this day and age. Our generation is all about material goods. St. Clare didn't even hesitate to leave her wealthy life for a life of poverty. Today, people are all about the latest clothes and having all the money the world could offer. St. Clare didn't want any of it. She understood that money and material goods isn't what makes someone happy. God's love does. I'm not saying to give up all your hard-earned money. The little things matter. When you know you're not going to wear a shirt you've worn once ever again, give it away to the poor so someone else can wear it while it's still in style. Give up your Jamba Juice to someone who hasn't eaten all day and needs the food to survive. Little things make all the difference. If we each do something small, then it turns into something big. St. Clare is a respectful woman who recognizes her self-worth as a creation of God, honors and protects the dignity of each individual, and considers others' feelings, cultures, and diverse viewpoints. She knows God created everyone in His own likeness. She is confident in her work. God gave her all the gifts she needs to live a good life. That is why she isn't attached to material goods. By living in poverty, she doesn't intimidate those who don't choose to live that way. She can connect with them on a more personal level. She understands what they are going through and relates to their problems. St. Clare doesn't put people down. Even when she was younger, she knew that being wealthy wasn't for her. The poor people appreciate that. They probably don't know what it's like not to worry about money, and they live day to day. She let people know that it's okay not to be socially accepted, as long as you're happy with the decisions you've made and they are respectful to God. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the life of St. Clare of Assisi.
I want a ticket to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose.